Alright, what's up guys? It's your boy here. I'm gonna bring you a really quick, as quick as possible, Brewmaster Monk guide. PvP oriented, of course. Hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get into the basics because we need to do this fast. We have a lot of stuff to talk over, and the guide itself will become way too long if I go over everything. So I'm going to spare you guys a lot of information that's not really uh, useful. I'm not gonna mention main stats, everything like that, because it's PvP. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to explain what stats do in depth, how to use stats, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to run you through the basics. Then I'm going to show you arena commentary, 2v2, 3v3, and a rated battleground, just to show you guys the potential of the Brewmaster monks. And let's pretty much get into it because we have three talents to work over. We have commentations to do, we have rotations to do, and let's pretty much get into the normal talent. We get three choices per level. I like to call them level. On level 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, and 100. Now, there are a few tricks that you could do with the Brewmaster monks. It's really decent, not as useful, but yet people would say, "Oh, well, that's actually nice. It's good to know that." You know, these types of moments. However, for the first three, best one is I have the tiger. Ooh, like that one song, I just figured it out. Mind blown. So the first level, I have the tiger, could only try compare with Chi Wave. Chi Wave is burst instead of sustain. That's the difference between these two talents. On the next level, Tiger's Lust, we don't even need to mention that. Tiger's Lust frees you from immobilizes. 10 out of 10 always will be the best choice over here. You can use it on your teammates, it's really good. On the third level, 45, we get Light Brewing, Black Ox Brew, and Gift of the Mists. Now, this one is pretty much based on what you're doing when you're doing. We're talking about if you're in 2v2, if you're in 3v3 battlegrounds, rated battlegrounds, world PvP, it doesn't matter. It's pretty much a choice based on what you're gonna do. For example, I choose Black Ox Brew if I'm in 2v2. Always will do that because sometimes I need to either heal my teammate, which I'm going to energy starve. I'm going to refill my energy, all of it, 100%. I'm going to continue spam healing my ally. Sometimes, if I'm in rated battlegrounds, I will always say Gift of the Mists because if they actually manage to drop me below, I'll manage to get my healing spheres faster. And better and more healing spheres. I'm going to sustain myself. Light brewing is really good. It's really good. However, I haven't really gotten that much use of it, so I would always go in between Black Ox Brew and Gift of the Mist based on what I'm doing. Now, for the fourth floor, Ring of Peace, Summon Black Ox Statue, and Leg Sweep. Now, the Black Ox Statue is really interesting. There's a really interesting mechanic with it that you could use to literally give 20% damage, 20%, yeah, that's literally what it is, 20% damage to all the enemy targets around 30 yards, which is really strong. I'm going to talk about it later because I really want to make this as fast as possible. Ring of Peace, the best talent. It's just insane. Ring of Peace for threes, it will save your healer. If you're running with a ranged caster, it will save the caster. Ring of Peace for threes all the time. There's just nothing to just to fight that. Leg Sweep twos, amazing. You could use it in rated battlegrounds, sure, but in rated battlegrounds, as I am always the flag carrier because I'm a Brewmaster monk. I cannot die. Always Ring of Peace knocks people away, really good. Let's move to fifth floor. Healing Elixir, Diffuse Magic, Dampen Harm. Again, 90% of the people would take Healing Elixir all the time. However, if I'm in twos versus a comp, like let's just say I'm in twos versus Affliction Warlock, Shadow Priest, I'm gonna get dotted. I'm going to pretty much just transfer all the dots from the Affliction Warlock to himself or to the Shadow Priest to himself. It's going to help a bit, but it's not a thing that has 100% usage. It's not broken. It's not broken, but at the same time, the Fuse Magic is a really good sustain tool, but it gets nullified because of Zen meditation, and I'm going to talk over it in a little bit. Dampen Harm, really useful against pretty much CC bursts, for example, you get opened by a cheap shot, they will instantly burst you. Although you might, although you might have your relentless, they will try to do as much damage as possible. Dampen harm could help you, but it's still a really versatile choice with not that much strength in it. Now, pretty much on the sixth floor, everything is shit. There's just everything shit. New Zhao focus. You're not able to control New Zhao. If there is a pet on the enemy team, it will go straight for the pet, taunting the pet, distracting the pet. But we're not really looking into that. So rushing Jadewind all the time. Special delivery, really good. Special delivery is actually really good for rated battlegrounds, and I've noticed it because in rated battlegrounds I'm always spamming my brews all the time because of the amounts of damage I'm going on. With Blackhawk's brew, I just shoot barrels everywhere. I just do mass damage. So for rated battlegrounds, I would always go with special delivery. In twos or in threes, I'm going to go with rushing Jadewind. Now, on the last floor, this is pretty much based on your playstyle of a monk. What you like to do, why you like to do it. Elusive Dance is really useful, but at the same time, it requires you being hit. In twos and threes, I'm never getting focused as a primary target. I'm getting literally hit only if let's just say they have a cleave comp in twos. Not really a cleave comp. If they have something like an Affliction Warlock who dots everybody, if they have, stuff that just do AoE damage, that's the only time I'm taking damage. But in order for us to proc 15% damage off of Elusive Dance, I need to have my stagger bar procced. And my stagger bar procs at 1.5 million. And that's impossible to do. That's really impossible to do, to get 1.5 million in arenas. So Elusive Dance might be the choice for rated battlegrounds only, because that's the only place that you can actually stagger as well as you can. Blackout combo is the gem in this floor. It boosts the Tiger Palm damage really big. I'm critting for like 250k in arenas with it. It's really good. Reduce the cooldown of the breath of fire by 6 seconds. You can almost keep breath of fire all the time. Kick Smash reduces the remaining cooldown of the bruise by 2 additional seconds. For the Iron Skin, it pauses the stagger damage for 3 seconds. Grants you a stack of elusive brawler for elusive brawler for the purifying brew. Elusive brawler, is our mastery. Now, high tolerance, stagger damage by additional 10%, and it gives 15% haste. For the people who do not know, let's talk about stats really quick. Just gonna mention one thing. Haste reduces the cooldowns of her special abilities, which is pretty much everything. With a green cooldown bar is being affected by haste. You can see it. Purifying brew, blackout strike, iron skin brew, keg smash. Breath of Fire is not, because blackout combo will be too strong otherwise. Rushing Jadewind, I really wish Exploding Keg gets freaking enhanced by it, but Blizzard saw that it's kind of performing way too good. So let's move to the honor talents. These honor talents are pretty much based on what you're doing. Again, like, Brewmaster monks are versatile as hell. PvP is versatile as hell. You do not almost no of the time no none of the times stay with the same talents 2 arenas in a row. So Relentless, always the best choice. This is the only thing. Relentless is always the best choice. Admonishment is, now I'm going to talk about the combo between Admonishment and Blackhawk statue. If you place your Blackhawk statue in the middle of the enemy team and you taunt with Admonishment, it will spread on everybody, but you will not be able to sustain it because, you don't deal damage, you don't deal basic attack damage to everybody. So Admonishment, it's a really cool trick that you could use. Let's just say you're in Alterac Valley. You're just in a random battleground, Alterac Valley. You just place it on top of somebody, on top of enemy team. You taunt it. They will take 20% extra damage for 6 seconds, which is, it's cool. It's cool. Just to give you, just to show you guys what the Brewmaster monk does. Relentless Assault only viable if you're getting hit, and as I mentioned, you're never getting hit. So Relentless Assault will be really a rare choice. Now for rated battlegrounds, Soften Blows 100%. Nothing better than this. Unless you are Not a flag carrier, which is I'm not even sure what you're doing as a Brewmaster monk in PvP if you're not going to be a flag carrier, and you want to go admonishment just to rush their flag carrier and just kill it and take the flag. Now let's move to the third floor. Yulon's gift, really useful, really useful. Eminence, I've found this talent being really viable in threes and in Raider Battlegrounds. Fast feet, really strange. Not, I don't really know. Never really got used to it. 15% faster will not matter when my speed is reduced to 50%. So it's only good versus marksmanship hunters because they don't really have a slow. So yeah, fast feet is only a choice versus hunters, or warlocks, demonology, stuff that don't really slow. Fair air fermentation. I always had trouble pronouncing this one. Stagger now affects magic damage at full effectiveness. As you know, stagger delays the damage by 35%, and it spreads it for 10 seconds as a dot. Air fermentation will make you tanky for a bit, but it will backfire on you later on. So it's a special thing. I only use air fermentation against destruction warlocks and frost mages. That's the only time I do it. Microbrew is, reduce the cooldown of fortifying brew by 75% from 7 minutes to 2 minutes, and also reduces the duration from 50 seconds to 5 seconds. It's really good, really good. Saved me in arenas a lot of times. Really useful. And now let's talk about the gem of the gems on this one. My Purifying Brew deals 25% of the stagger damage to all enemies within 10 yards, and it's not being spreaded, it's the number it is on everybody. So Hot Trub is really useful. I have a trick for you guys, I'm going to show it. Hot Trub is really useful, but it's pretty much only useful in battlegrounds. In arenas, I always choose in between these two. Or I sometimes go on Hot Trub based on the comp that I'm playing. Let's move to the next floor. Guard, guided meditation on Nimble Brew. This is the most versatile pick. Each one of these are just insane talents, really strong talents, and they're based on what you're facing. For an example, if I'm facing something like a Destruction Warlock, Frost Mage, I will always go with guided meditation with air fermentation because I'm going to eat the damage with guided meditation, because what it does is reduce the cooldown by 50% while I'm casting Zen meditation. All magic damage from abilities is transferred from me. Treat me as a grounding totem for the shamans back in the day, but I'm literally staying on it all the time for 10 seconds. And Zen meditation is no longer being cancelled while I'm being struck by a melee attack, so I could just sit with Zen meditation and just tank the damage with air fermentation, and it's really good, it's really strong. My health bar does not move, but my stagger gets really good. So I could use guided meditation with hot trap to get a little bit of stagger on. Now guard is what I like to use with when I'm running with a rogue, when I'm running with stuff that we just need that initial shield, or we need to survive an opener from the enemy team. And its guard is really good because I can put it on myself and on a target ally within 10 yards. Nimble Brew is another trinket for your team. Nothing else needs to be said. In fact, it's actually even better. It reduces the duration of the same effect that you trinket. For example, if you trinket a fear, it will reduce the next fear by 60%, which is really good. It's really good. I'm pretty sure that's the way it worked. Now, for the last what do you call it? For the last floor, it's pretty much based on your playstyle. Mighty Ox Kick, however, is the best choice for Mighty Ox Kick is the best choice for rated battlegrounds, and I'm going to show you why. I have everything taken off my stream. I'm going to share with you guys. Double barrel, really strong. Double barrel is really strong. It increases the damage of the kick smash by 50%, and it stuns for 3 seconds. Incendiary Brew, really strong. Breath of Fire, 100% more damage, and it's pretty much treated as a Dragon's Breath. Now let's move to the talent. Sorry, I had to cut the video, I had to do something. Now let's go into the artifact talents. Pretty much take everything on the diagonal of the top side. This is pretty much the best. Gonna get over it. Exploding Keg deals a lot of damage. It used to be a minute cooldown, now it's 1.5. They nerfed it. They said Brewmaster monks are too OP. Bullshit. And then it goes as a blind. Brewmaster Monks is really useful against Demonology Warlocks and Beast Mastery Hunters. One of the best choice for a counter. I never lose to that. Just because of the keg. When I just see that empowerment, I'm just gonna pop my keg. They will get blinded for 3 seconds. It used to be 4, now it's 3. Stupid Blizzard. And they're gonna get blinded. Literally, all the burst is gone. All the burst is gone. Keg smash, you know, it's a full keg, 10% damage on top. Yeah, that's good. Give student every time you dodge with the mastery or you get healed, 3% increased crit. That's fine. Abstain determination is the gem. Every time you drop below 35%, no internal cooldown, you get a free healing sphere. Right? Top it back. It tops me to like 45. I fall below 35. I get one. You know, it just like this. My bar just goes like this. It's insane. It's actually requiring a nerf. I would say that this should not be able to proc 4 seconds or 3 seconds because it's bullshit. Sometimes I've literally spent like 7 seconds by just spamming my expel harm and just cleansing my stagger, and my health bar just does this. It's retarded sometimes. Facepalm, Fellfish, everybody in the chat. Facepalm is target palm, 40% chance, but I'm with a relic, so it's 30%. Relics do not matter in PvP. That's really important to say. 30% chance to deal 300 of the normal damage. Stacks with Blackout Strike. As I mentioned, I've done 250k crits with this in arena. This is Tiger Palm. Come on now. This is my filler. This is when I don't have nothing to cast, and it deals a lot of damage. So the rotation will be always Blackout Strike, Tiger Palm, Blackout Strike, Breath of Fire, Blackout Strike, Tiger Palm. We do not use Keg Smash for brew generation because we have a Black Ox Brew. Dragonfire Brew stacks with Incendiary Brew. I tested it. It's really strong. Really strong. The best damage combination would be with this and Incendiary Brew. This is what we're gonna do. Incendiary Brew almost all the time. Dragonfire Brew, really good. Really good. Now let's go to the Hot Blooded. 75% increased damage of the damage over time of Breath of Fire. So if you keg smash or you put down an instant special delivery, it doesn't really matter which one of those. You know, the target will get soaked in brew, so you can light them up. You can watch them burn, baby. Now let's move to Dark Side of the Moon, which is really strong. Blackout Strike also reduces the damage of the next auto attack cast against you. Really good, really goddamn good. 8%, that's a lot. You know, some people cry for 8%. Healthy appetite, you know, 4% increased health. That's cool. Swift as a coursing river is what I like to choose because Swift as a coursing river grants you movement speed buff, 15 seconds, 6%. It stacks based on the brews. You can use your Black Ox brew to refresh the brew, and you can have it all the time. We're literally saying you can have this buff all the time. It will not fall off of you. 30% is a lot movement speed, as you can see. Plus I have the Tiger Slot, so we're a really mobile monk. We're a really mobile monk. Now let's just move to what we're going to go after. I'm still working on my Obsidian Fists, then we're going to go into Overflow, and then we're going to go into Smashed, which is really good. So that's for the talents, that's for the artifact power talents, for the PvP talents, and now I'm going to do a commentation over highlighted arenas that my stream went like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? Excuse my profanity, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just move really quick into the arenas. So, for the first one, I chose to make the rated battleground, and that's because I'm really a huge fan of the Ox Kick. The potential is really big in every single battlegrounds. You just need to know when and how to use it. Now, in this clip, you might see that I've just managed with the snap of my eye to catch a healer just staying off guard. I just run to him like I literally just bad manners run straight to him, and I just kick him. I just flip him over the abyss. He just falls down, and I'm doing this numerous times. I think I did it like 3 times or 4 times in one battleground, and I literally made the enemy team rage quit because I just delete their healer simply with one single spell, and it's really strong. They were not aware of the Brewmaster, and they really paid the price. Now I'm taking the following talents, is the talents that you saw a little bit earlier, and I took Ring of Peace instead of Leg Sweep, just because I thought that it will be somewhat of a challenge to win this, but we actually stomped it. It was a low MMR team though. It was a Russian team on top of that, and we just performed a lot more better than them, and that was for the rated battleground. Specially disciplined priests with arms warriors. It seems to be the god comp of twos. This is what I face all the time. I'm playing with a friend of mine. He's a subtlety rogue, and we really trained this priest. As you can see, now he's going to Shadow Man. I'm going to use my breath. I'm going to wait for my rogue to get out of fear. I'm going to stun. I'm going to use my Tiger's Lust, and we just simply kill him with the next barrel. It's a really strong comp. What we have, subtlety rogue with a Brewmaster monk. Really rewarding. And yeah, it's really strong. Alright, so here we're facing what people tend to call the god comp of threes. Now, we will be playing as a Restoration Shaman, Enhancement Shaman, and I'm going to be a Brewmaster Monk versus an Arms Warrior, Mistweaver Monk, and a Demonology Warlock. Now, Enhancement Shaman is a really bursty class. It's something that really likes to deal damage, and as you can see, we just literally insta-shot uh, the Brewmaster. I mean, the Windwalker. He doesn't even have time to say anything, and you can just see how strong admonishment is with something that can burst as hard as an enhancement shaman. And this doesn't happen only in twos. This happens in threes. This happens in RBGs everywhere. Just admonishment is a big part of to the success of the comp that we run, and that's going to be when it comes to the guide overall. I'm going to add some arenas in the end with a friend of mine as a Retribution Paladin, because I already showed you Sub Rogue, already showed you Enhancement Shaman. The damage is insane, the damage is really good. So enjoy the arenas, gonna put some music on it, now gonna commentate them because they're kinda long. So thanks for watching the guide, guys. Subscribe, follow me on my Twitch, social media will be down in the description. And thanks a lot for watching.
Yeah, everybody mad at the rocks that I wear. I know where I'm going and I know where I'm from. You hear locks in the air. Yeah, we at the airport out. D block from the block where everybody Air Forced out. With a new white tee, you fresh. Nothing phony with us. Make the money, get the mansion, bring up.
From the living color to movie scripts to on the 6 to J-Lo to this headline clips. I stay grounded as the amounts roll in. I'm real, I thought I told ya. I'm really in on Oprah. That's just me. Nothing phony, don't hate on me. What you get is what you see. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still straight from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still straight from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still straight from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still straight from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. I'm down to earth like this, rocking this business. I've grown up so much, I'm in control and loving it. Rumors got me laughing, kid. Love my life and my public. Put God first and can't forget to stay real. To me, it's like breathing. I'm still shitty from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still shitty from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still shitty from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still shitty from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from.
Yeah. Yo.
But